Getting ready for a new year. Want you to have the skills, the tools to communicate properly and to keep your mind right. Just a moment. Welcome to the WorkHARDAholic Show with your host, the original WorkHARDaholic, Shirley Crawford, author, speaker, and small business consultant for over 20 years, helping you to work hard, play harder, and business better. Hello, and welcome back to WorkHARDAholics. This is your favorite WorkHARDaholic, probably because I was the first one you ever met, Shirley Crawford. And today, I really am excited. I have found a new best friend. I'm sorry, Lisa. I found a new best friend, at least professionally, Dr. Deidre Whittle.
Hi, how are you?
Okay, don't you all worry. She has much more vivaciousness coming at you. It's just because we're just getting this party started. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, Dr. Whittle, I'm a very big, fan of the fact that when someone earns their degree, like one day I aspired to have an honorary degree. I'm not going to front because I decided I don't feel like going back to school to get the doctorate. So Dr. Deidre has done all the work. You have all kinds of alphabet soup behind your name. So let the people know who you are. Let them know a little bit about what you do.
Hi, my name is Dr. Deidre Whittle. I am coined as Dr. Deidre, and I'm excited. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you for this platform. But I have Faith and Family Advocate, which is a counseling agency that is 20 years old yesterday. I'm so excited.
It's her anniversary.
And I was just looking through all of the years and thinking about all the things that I've done over the years in the community. And I decided to kind of reintroduce myself as Dr. Deidre and start doing more life coaching. I've been doing it for a while, but I want to do more of it. So I'm excited about this opportunity.
You do a lot.
I do a lot.
But here's the thing I'm impressed about. You do it legitimately. Right? So for those of you, Dr. Deidre won't say it, but I will. For those of you, like I think about, I'm a small business consultant.
Mhm.
I have a degree in small business and entrepreneurship. I am certified in nonprofit organization management. Like I took the time to get the right qualifications. I am constantly getting recertified in all kinds of areas. So when I hear people out there who say they're a business coach and all they've done is they left corporate America and now they're consulting with everyone else, I feel some kind of way about that. So I respect and appreciate all the alphabet soup behind your name because I know that you are licensed, right? So a lot of times we talk about like QMHB. We know that you are an LMHB. That means licensed. I cannot emphasize this enough. But what made you go on this journey?
Life.
And there you have it.
Life. Because, you can have the alphabets and you can have all of that, but living life is the education. So I have lived life, and each journey, I'm like, wait a minute, let me pause. Let me figure out what happened. Let me find out what I could have done differently. Let me find out what I could do better. And of course, there's always a class. And a class in a curriculum. So I was a student for so long, just trying to
That lifelong learner.
Yes. So I had to learn the hard way, the hard knock way, and then I went and got the degrees to figure out, what can I do to help other people not go through this same thing. And being that I was a little Black girl from the country, I was like, they're not going to listen to me unless I have some degrees as well. So I went ahead and added those degrees to that lived experience.
Yes, I still had to go to the map to find Axton.
It's right there below Martinsville, over there across from Danville.
I am not alone. My fellow Americans, y'all are not good at geography either. So let's not pretend.
Okay. In the country. I'm a country girl.
But that means your heart is true.
Yes, I'm a country girl.
And so, but speaking of your heart being true, I really was gainfully impressed. And I don't impress easily. Let's not pretend.
Thank you.
But I really love the fact that you seem to be very involved in your community, even down to PROC. I don't know how you all say that. What does it stand for? I even wrote it, professionals reaching out to the community. Like I saw that you had been on the board, and that was an organization providing scholarships for students to HBCUs. And even when you talk about what you do, your heart is deeply involved.
If not, I don't do it. I love everything, every aspect of what I do. I genuinely love it. Like I do a lot. I work hard. I work real hard. And at the event that I don't, in the event that I don't like it anymore, I stop, and that includes marriages. I'm like, if I don't love it, I don't do it. Like, I'm like, if I'm not in it, I'm out. You either in or out.
We are all the
We
way
all the
in
way in
or
or
all
out.
the way
Or
out.
out. It's no in
Okay.
between. I'm not a lukewarm
Okay.
person.
Okay.
Not at
We're
all.
not gonna do lukewarm.
Right,
Okay, but here we
right.
go. Well, we were having a conversation not too long ago about, so in case you all don't know, how could we not start engaging in conversation long before cameras and recordings came out? Well, we were talking about our young Black boys. And so I was commenting about the fact that when we look at, because you do a lot like with the counseling aspect, in addition to life coaching, which if you need it now, you found your resource for it. But you do a lot with relationship counseling and the list when I looked at it, anxiety, like people,
Depression,
yeah,
PTSD.
yes.
Mhm.
And so I think about there are lots of populations, but my heart goes out in particular to our young Black men who aren't given the same grace as other populations.
Absolutely.
And so when it comes to counseling, I saw somewhere that you actually specialize in African American individuals.
Absolutely. Yes. I have an African American young man. He turns 28 tomorrow, and he is my
Yay!
why. Like when I left Axton and came to VCU, I started in education, got derailed, got married, joined the military, did a lot of stuff. Had my son, and after I had my son, I'm like, this boy here. Mom is a doctor. And I went back to school. I finished up my undergrad, my grad, and my PhD, got licensed and did everything. He is my reason why. And I put all my energy and don't mess with him. You want to be on a t-shirt?
Won't we do? I will not be crossing
on a
that.
t-shirt. He, just balloons gonna be passed up for you. And he's 28. He's like, I'm like 6'6". I'm in the military. I can take care of myself. Oh, okay, I got you.
There is nothing like a mother's love.
Yes. So I take that same energy with little boys that I represent. When you bring your son to me, I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna be his favorite person. We're gonna find out what makes him tick. We're gonna go in with him. And I love my clients. And I feel like the ones that get to me, because it's, people are like, who is she? We don't even know who she is. Those that know needed to know. And those that need to know.
And now more of you will know because you needed to know. And that is why we brought her to you. So if you're going, oh my God, this sounds like someone who will be a great advocate for me, who will really listen and hear my needs and be able to really represent me well, stay tuned. Right after this commercial break, you'll get to learn more about the services that she provides and how you can reach her.
Life can be a struggle. Find hope, healing, and answers at the Abundant Life Church of Christ, a place to encounter God through uplifting worship, singing, prayer, the preach word, and fellowship. One step can change your life. One step could shift your destiny. There has never been a better time to take that step than now. Come be our guest every Sunday at 10 a.m. at the Abundant Life Church of Christ, a place where you belong.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Okay, if you have been with us, which you should have been, then you would know that we have the pleasure, the honor, and the grand amusement of having Dr. Deidre Whittle with us. Okay, so we've talked about the heart that moved you in this direction, but can you let everyone know a little bit more about the services that you offer?
Okay. So I provide a array of services, from intensive in-home to mental health support, skill building. And I do also offer a substance abuse counseling service as well under the umbrella of Medicaid. Outside of the scope of Medicaid, I offer outpatient therapy to, I guess what do we call them? Outpatient therapy. Outpatient therapy. In that outpatient therapy realm, my biggest proponent would be couples. I like couples. And then outside of that, I also provide something called a supervision for those therapists that are looking to become licensed, because you can't become licensed without a licensed person.
Mm-hmm.
So for about 10 years, I've been providing free supervision. And that's going to change. So yeah,
I was about to
that's
say,
about to change.
the consultant in me was like,
Yes, I've been
why do I keep hearing you
providing
say the word free?
I've been providing
Okay.
supervision because I felt like it was very important that once I got licensed that I bring more people into this arena. It was important to me that I provide the services that I know need to be out in the community. So if we need more therapists and that was the barrier, then I would be that bridge to
We can appreciate that. We can. So, for those of you who don't know, I want you to go back to talking about intensive home care,
okay.
because, like, for you all, that it's like us in our alphabet soup of SCC. We know what it means, but when they're the person looking for their service, they don't know what that means.
So intensive in-home counseling is where I started. That's the 20-year agency that I have, and I've seen it change and evolve, and it has just been a different beast for 20 years. But I love it because you have the opportunity to go into the home of the client and provide a service to not only that client, but that family. And that's what I've been doing. And then in that is where I've trained the staff, and I've trained the staff to go in. And that's been my pleasure as well, is to go into the family, find out what the problem is, help the child and the family move forward in what they need to move forward in, whether it's anxiety, depression, PTSD, even housing issues, financial issues, legal issues, substance abuse issues, whatever their issue is, we identified that issue and trained. We identified that issue and we addressed it. And as I saw it, I would start training therapists. And that's when I went to get the PhD because I'm like, I need to know more. I felt I needed to know more. So I went and I did the education, found out a lot more so that I would have more tools to bring back to my staff and to my community and to the clients that I was serving.
So, let me ask you this: if there's a parent out there, right?
hmm
They may or may not have an IEP on their child,
hmm
but they know that there are issues. Can they reach out to you directly? Do they have to go through a school counsel? Like, what's the process for them to get the assistance that they need?
They can reach out to me directly.
And how can they do that?
Okay, you can contact me at 804-334-0005. Or you can Google me. Faith and Family Advocate will pop up and you can send an email. You can Google me at Dr. Deidre. Faith and Family will still pop up and you can contact me that way. So,
I Googled her. I found her everywhere.
yes, I'm everywhere. My dad was like, hey, I Googled you. You're everywhere. And I'm like,
You
yes,
were.
Dad. He finally got
And the most important listening that I looked for was Psychology Today. For
Yes.
those of you who don't know, that's how you really vet,
hmm
especially your clinicians. If you
hmm
really want to know, are they actually qualified? Believe it or
Yes.
not, they will get listed with Psychology Today. That's how you know they're legit. So I looked there first.
Yes.
You also mentioned about couples, and I know that I saw pieces about like relationship therapy
hmm
or communication skills.
hmm
Is that just like marital relations? Have you considered business partnerships?
hmm I do couples. When I do couples in relationship therapy, I have done partners. Like this, we have this business together and we're having a hard time. And they come in and I can coach them through what they need to do in order to be healthy together and do the product that, go forward with the product that they need.
Okay, something that I saw that I had questions about
Okay.
because my brain went all over the place. So let us clear it up
Okay.
now. What is play therapy?
Oh, it is a real thing. And I do have a license in it. I know everybody's like,
I saw that it
she's
said you
going
were
to
it said licensed in play therapy. I'm like, do I have the right type of job?
yeah.
Like what does that mean?
I love the play therapy as well. It is actually you have to be licensed in it just like your LPC. You have to go and do the classes and you have to do supervision and you have to actually maintain the CEU, the continuing ed units in order to
But what is it?
you learn to communicate through play.
I need an example. I do.
And okay, so
I
I
told you I
do
was
this game.
fascinated. I
Well,
wasn't kidding.
I do like one of my favorite is I coined this class. I mean this game with couples. And see, this is when I do, where's Brian with my R? I need to trademark it before I put it out there. But there's I do a lot.
Let us pause. For those of you who are listening or watching, please note that if she sees you engaging in this activity, she will sue you because we are documenting this moment right now that this is trademarked to her and created by her. This means you. Disclaimer over. Okay, continue.
so so I create games in ways that people can play and have fun in order to get through their trauma or learn how to do effective communication. And I create games for it. So it's fun. I'm a happy life therapist. I like to
And there
play.
you go.
Like
For those of you who didn't know, this is indeed the Happy Life Coach, also trademark. All right. So I want to make sure that once again, for those people who are listening
Mhm.
and you're enjoying it. So here's the thing. Here's something I've learned. Every therapist, every coach is not the same.
Mhm.
And every personality isn't meant for every person.
This is
So if
true.
you're listening or watching, you're like, oh my God, she speaks me.
Mhm.
Tell them one more time how they can reach you.
804-334-0005 or Psychology Today, or you can Google me. You can email me from the Google search.
Google. I can't even say it right. Okay. But also, do you have anything coming up where people can connect with you as well?
I am. I do have a Happy Life class starting in January. So if you text me Happy Life to 804-334-0005, I will contact you with the details of that class coming up. It's going to be limited. I like small groups. If it,
I do too.
I like because I want to be able to give you everything you need. Everything you need. And if I can't do it to a lot of people.
I am with you. I am with you. 15 or less at all times.
Exactly. 15.
All right. So you heard that class coming up in January for the Happy Life Coach. Please make sure that you reach out. She gave you the phone number. You can Google her. And of course, we want to make sure, we know she mentioned about her son and how amazing he is, but she told us during the break she had someone else she wanted to mention to you all very quickly.
Okay, so my son is my why. He's 28 tomorrow, and I have a 16-year-old daughter that is my what. She tells me what to do, where to be, how to do it when I get there, and she is an amazing young lady. She is a double black belt.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
We will not be coming up against you.
Yeah,
Okay. So we want to thank you once again for coming and joining us. To my professional new best friend, Dr. Deidre. Be sure to check out her event in January. She's giving you the phone number. You know how to reach her. If you need her services, please don't allow yourself not to reach out and get them, because you can't say we didn't provide it for you. So once again, thank you so much for being with
having
us.
me. This was fun.
We have a good time here on the show while still giving you good information. All right, we'll see you again after this commercial break. Ladies, are you looking to move your office from your kitchen table to a space of your own? Are you ready to take your business to the next level? Are you looking for co-working and community? Well, then come join us at the Women's Business Center, RVA, located at 1510 Willow Lawn Drive, Suite 100, directly across the street from the Kroger at Willow Lawn. Visit us on the web at wbcrva.com or on social media at WBCRVA. In honor of the Women's Business Center RVA 5-year anniversary, the countdown is on. Ladies, it's time for the WBC RVA Toolkit. You don't want to miss it. It means every Thursday you co-work not for free, but it's included. So that's co-working every Thursday. Each month there's one seminar and one group coaching. So all day Thursday you can come hang out here at the Women's Business Center RVA, and it's just $25 a month. Tell them about it, Joanne.
Yes. And a couple of the topics that we will be talking about, discussing and reviewing and going through are starting a business the right way, because we do want to start off the right way. We're also going to talk about a business model canvas and how your company creates value for its customers. Also goal setting, which is very important. Finances, even developing your pitch, also social media distribution and content, and much, much more. So we are excited about seeing you there. So you can register today at WBCRVA.com.
So once again, we want to say a special thank you to Dr. Deidre Whittle for being with us today. And one of the things she was talking about were relationships, communications, developing those relationships. And so when we think about you all as business owners, entrepreneurs, those who are saying you want to do more with your business, especially as we are growing and developing and entering into a new year. So here's the thing. I've said it before. COVID, I am sorry for all the losses that occurred, but it was really good for business. That might sound shocking, but it's true. Because here's what happened. I've said it before. I think about all the clients that I consulted with, and I was like, hey, You need to think about your business beyond who has to sit in front of you for you to have a meeting. So because of COVID, we did so much more. Like, who doesn't have a Zoom account? Everybody has one. You might not pay for it. You might use free, but you might be using Google Meet. You might be using whatever you're using, Teams, whatever else. But everyone is now making sure that they have some type of reach digitally. So what that means for you as an entrepreneur, as a wantrepreneur, as a solopreneur, whatever it is, you have access to the whole world now. And so, for those of you who are map owners or globe owners, I have here one of my favorite globes. And the reason it is because historically speaking, we in the United States, right here, this little section of North America, have always had this perception that we are the world. And not in the way that Michael Jackson sang it. No, we think that we are the epicenter of all things. And we are not. The dollar is one of the most universally used forms of currency, and that's why we're such a player. But we all know that a lot of our backing even comes from China and other resources. But beyond that, there is so much more world out there than just us here in North America. Now, I have a particular globe that is made with the countries to size. Do you all know, just a little piece of trivia, that globes used to be made so that North America looked bigger than all the other continents out there? Did you all know that? So if you have an old globe, then North America looks huge. And you would think that places like Africa were small. So I have one that's actually two size. So when you think about that in terms of all the business that we do here in little old North America, and you look around the globe and see how other land masses there are, you really think about it, there's so much work that we could be doing in South America, Africa, which is still full of resources that have not been stripped away by those who have exploited the country. But even as you look at like Europe is so tiny and so accessible. So when we're thinking about relationships, and I think about relationships with regards to the types of partners you might want to have, individuals who can be an ambassador for you, your brand, your business, lending partners. Like, how many of you are actually doing business with the World Bank? Did you know that you can do business with the World Bank? It is not the bank of just North America. It is the World Bank. And they have dollars. They have dollars that are available if you're doing, let's say you're saying you want to have a special project in, I'll stick with Africa because it is a prominent area. And you're like, oh, I really want to do something in Ghana or Mali or Nigeria or wherever it might be. Those are places in Africa for those of you who might not know. The World Bank actually has funding available for you to be able to explore doing business in other places of the world. So, one, for your business now, you should no longer be thinking, I can only do business with the person who's sitting across from me, right? COVID erased that. So now your business model should include something digital. It should allow you to be able to do business or for you to work remotely, for your employees to work remotely, for your clients to be remote. So I want you to think beyond, I'm just logging in to my office from across town. You can log in from across the globe. You can be doing business with so many other places, especially those that are up and coming, right? I always make this joke because my mother is obsessed with, it's really out of Nigeria. So Nigeria in particular has a booming film industry. Did you all know that? Did you know that? They have a booming film industry and they have programs that they put out a movie a day. Can you imagine? They put out an entire movie. They even have a YouTube channel, I believe, like 24-hour movie. They're whipping out one movie a day, which is crazy and insane, but they worked really hard on the distribution, getting it all set up. It's a wonderful investment, right? Now, so I want you to know, I want you to, one, be considering what about your business is something that can be transferred to other people, to other clients, without them having to sit in front of you. Like, start with one thing. Digital products in particular is a booming industry and it's one and done. You create it, you post it on Etsy, you post it wherever you're going to have it, on your website, wherever you're promoting that product, and you can be making money in your sleep. We need to start thinking, especially as we're approaching a new year, how can you replicate you without you having to be in the room? You are too valuable a commodity for every meeting to depend on your presence, every sale to depend on you being the one to make it. It's time out for that. It's time for you to be ready to grow and expand, to develop the relationships, to build your empire well beyond the good old US of A. All right. So the top 5 countries that are currently listed as the best to start a business are, and I need you to know the US is not one of them. I need you to know the US is not listed as the top 5. New Zealand, that one caught me by surprise. Singapore, Hong Kong, China, Denmark, and South Korea. I don't make the news, I just report it. So the bottom line for you is considering what are the products, services, offerings, things that you can develop, create, and make to expand beyond the borders of I'm in Virginia. Or for some of you, you think it's a crazy idea to have like dealings from coast to coast. It's time out for that mentality. So really think about the relationships. It's time to partner, right? So when your piece of the pie, you have 100% of $1,000. But what if you have 20% of $1 million, 2 billion, $1 billion? So when you can find partners, maybe there's someone else who does exactly what you do on another coast, and together you can create this conglomerate. Like coming together in that way, it's much better to have a smaller portion of a much bigger pie than to have the whole pie, and that's all that you have. And it's also dependent on you. So what happens if you're sick? It's a good measurement to have, especially if we're talking about the new year. If you're out for a day, if you got COVID, if you or your partner are having a child, if we're at a point now where we all know we have elder care, and I'm telling you now, if something happens with my mom, I'm out. I'm taking care of that first. So then what happens in those situations and scenarios? It's a beautiful reason to have a team, to have a structure that can survive without you. Even better, that you have a structure that will continue to make money, whether you are present or not. All the more reason as you're approaching 2024 to think digital products, international commerce, some way that you can work beyond the borders of your state lines, even the United States, if you're listening to us here. And it's a reason why a lot of your Fortune 500s have customer service out of India. Even now, the biggest industry for virtual assistants is the Philippines. Did you know that? All right. So as you're approaching 2024, I want more for you, and I hope you do as well. So consider those relationships and what they can do for you, your business, and your life. So, as we always say, live better, do better, be better, and happy entrepreneuring.
Like, share, subscribe, repeat. Like, share, subscribe, repeat. 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 Thanks for tuning in to WorkHARDAholics. Support our show by following on YouTube and all major social media platforms at WorkHARDAholic. Until next week, happy entrepreneuring.